Use the pause button on your player if you need longer to read the following screens, and the play button to continue. In this movie tutorial, we'll look at how to write responses for graphs and tables in the IELTS Academic Task 1 writing. The first part looks at the important points to look for in the task. The second part shows a model task response, and the third part provides response comments. Before you start, we also have a sheet with the task image and the model response. To download the sheet, click the link below the movie. The Canadian Resident Visa tutorial movie is from our IELTS Task 1 academic ebook. You can find all 15 academic task writing tutorials and the IELTS academic module ebook at www.myenglishexam.com/books. The link is also on the printable handout for this movie. In this task, you are asked to summarise a graph and table about Canadian permanent residence visas by reporting the main features and making comparisons. This is the task graph and table you are required to write at least 150 words about in not more than 20 minutes. You should write a simple introductory paragraph covering the overall subject of the graph and the table, Canadian residence visas. The next two paragraphs should each focus on the graph and the table. Although the paragraphs can be in any order, it is probably best to start with the less detailed and more general table below. When describing the table, you would need to mention the upward trend in the total number of visas between 2005 and 2010, while noting the declines in 2007-8. It is vital you state that the economic category was the category for which the most visas were issued, and note that from 2008 the number of visas in that category increased by a large amount. It is logical to group family, refugee and humanitarian visas in one paragraph and discuss the overall trend for each. You might compare figures for 2005 with 2010 to explain growth or decline. Remember, your text must include some figures and refer clearly to specific years. No explanation should be given for the data because the task clearly states that your text must summarize and report, not offer reasons. Now listen to and read each of the paragraphs in the model response.
The data shows the total number of permanent residence visas issued by Canada over a 5-year period, together with a breakdown according to different categories. Overall, the volume of Canadian residence visas issued showed an upward trend, with approximately 25,000 more visas issued if we compare 2005, the start of the data, with the latest year, 2010. In contrast, the years 2007 and 8 revealed a drop in the number of visas compared to 2006. But by 2009, the 2006 figure of 253,484 had been exceeded and stood at 263,744. Of the four categories for immigration, economic was by far the largest category, at about 142,000 in 2005, shooting up to around 180,000 in 2010. By far the greatest increase in this number started in 2008, from which time it rose dramatically. In sharp contrast, the humanitarian visa category was relatively steady over the entire period of 6 years, at about 15,000 visas per annum. The number of visas for family reunion actually fell over this period, especially in the last year, while refugee visas similarly decreased, although they increased slightly in 2009 and 2010. The most significant trend is the sharp rise in the economic visa category for 2009 and 2010, the category for which by far the highest number of visas were issued over the entire period.
All key points are dealt with as outlined in important points, and the text includes figures for numbers and years. A 4-paragraph text is ideal for this type of question, providing an introduction, dealing with the two charts separately and concluding with an overview statement. The language of comparison is skillfully dealt with and attempts some variety. By far the largest category, by far the greatest increase, and by far the highest number. There is movement over time, so words that explain increase, decrease are plentiful. Showed an upward trend, revealed a drop, shooting up, rose dramatically, was relatively steady, actually fell. You can get more help with your IELTS and our ebooks from myenglishexam.com.